So The Sims has gone pretty quiet again in terms of news. A few weeks ago, they did announce that The Sims 4 is going free to play on October 18th. And on that same day, there is supposed to be this Behind the Sims Summit livestream that will be taking place at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where they promise that there's going to be more big announcements happening. What isn't clear though is if we're going to get anything else before this event, if even just some bug fixes, or if it really was more of a see you in October, don't expect us to say anything else before then, because that does appear to be what's going on. Even that Sims Direct Communications Twitter they set up to be more transparent with us has gone quiet. They haven't tweeted since September 22nd when they responded to somebody about this bug with Bust the Dust where apparently dust doesn't even appear on residential lots anymore, which is kind of funny considering how dust used to appear too often. So no, I wasn't thinking they were going to drop some huge free updates or DLC before October 18th. But I'm still worried because this game does not have a good track record, and this game's been going on for over 8 years. So at this point, it makes me more worried than excited when they want to build up to this surprise reveal, because more often than not, it has been something really disappointing or something that most of us have just not asked for at all. The biggest issue with the game, I think, right now is the bugs and general stability. And they've put out a couple of patches, but it still just feels like it's not a priority. If they're using this Behind the Sims Summit event to announce a huge overhaul to the game alongside some big new features that many of us have been asking for, such as improved babies and cars, then that would be great, but I feel like I just can't get my hopes up for that at this point. With the context of this game going free to play on that same day, then I feel they are going to introduce some manipulative tactics to go alongside that. While that may sound ridiculous, I thought there was no way The Sims 4 was going to go free to play after almost a decade of being out. Yet here we are. So I would not put it past them to put out like a battle pass or some gacha mechanics or even some limited time scenarios that lock some objects, items, or even gameplay behind it so that you only have a very limited time to get that, or they just put out even more kits at a much quicker pace than we're already getting them. They didn't do some big event to announce werewolves in high school years, even though those two packs came out really close together. So there's no way they're doing this live stream just to give us the roadmap that we would usually get. There's going to be some kind of twist thrown in here. And if there can be a catch, there usually is. That's just how life works, and video games are no different from that. And yes, I know The Sims 4 does have like $1,000 worth of DLC, but I don't think that's the catch. I think the catch will be something completely new, not something that's already out. It would be pretty funny though if they did reveal a roadmap tomorrow, saying like, oh, we're getting some kind of big update, a few kits, and a pack refresh or something else, making us wonder even more what the heck are they gonna announce at this Behind the Sims Summit event, which it is kind of funny too, with the name Behind the Sims also makes it sound like as if it's supposed to be some kind of behind the scenes documentary on how the game is made, but that's obviously not going to be it. They're already saying there's supposed to be some big announcements. I would actually love to see a behind the scenes documentary of how The Sims is being made, but that's not something that I think makes sense to announce so long in advance. So there's definitely a lot riding on this month for The Sims, and this year, in my opinion, has probably been the worst year of The Sims 4 so far. Just so many controversies and bugs and everything. There's been a few highlights like werewolves, but I think the majority of it has been really, really bad. What's unfortunate too is at one point it did feel like things were looking up. Like when Werewolves was about to release, the community was so excited and the Simgrews were really excited too. And even the two kits we got just before that, Moonlight Chic and Little Campers, They were really decent kits in my opinion, even though I still feel like kits don't have enough content for the price in relation to how much content the stuff packs had. At least there was some interesting stuff going on, and Werewolves I think is one of the best game packs they've released. But then it just went downhill again. Once again, just being on the roller coaster ride that's been The Sims since The Sims 3 era, really. If only they would just fix more bugs, because I think they will drop a big update on October 18th, but I don't expect that many bugs to be fixed, especially the bigger ones.